You've heard the name, Medusa, the woman with snakes for hair and eyes that turn men to stone. But that's not where her story begins, and what you think you know might be a lie. Long before the curse, before the myths twisted her into a monster, Medusa was a mortal woman, a priestess in the temple of Athena, goddess of wisdom and war. She had taken a vow of purity and served the goddess faithfully, admired not just for her beauty, but for her devotion and discipline.
I gave everything to the goddess, my body, my silence, my soul. All I ever wanted was to be safe within her sanctuary and to be worthy of her presence.
Athena was no goddess of mercy. Born fully grown from the mind of Zeus, she represented reason, strategy, and power, a divine force of justice, but not of compassion. Her temple was sacred, untouchable, and she guarded its purity above all else. But the gods live by no mortal laws, and they do not answer to one another. Poseidon, god of the sea, ruled over oceans and storms, wild, impulsive, and proud. When he saw Medusa, he didn't see a servant of the goddess. He saw something he wanted, and what a god desires, he takes.
The sea does not ask permission. It claims.
Inside Athena's temple, he violated her, not only breaking sacred law, but desecrating the one place where Medusa had felt protected. And when it was over, Medusa, broken, ashamed, and afraid, still believed that her goddess would come to her defense.
I begged her for justice. I thought she would understand. That she would protect what was hers.
But Athena did not punish Poseidon. Instead, her wrath turned on the victim. She saw only the broken vow, not the violence behind it.
You have brought shame into my sanctuary. Let your beauty be your punishment.
And with a single, merciless curse, Medusa's flowing hair became a nest of living serpents. Her eyes were filled with deadly magic, and her face, once praised across the land, became something feared by all. She was cast out of the world she once served, exiled to the edge of civilization, to live as a monster. Not because she was evil, but because the gods couldn't bear to look upon what they had done.
They turned me into a monster so they wouldn't have to face their own guilt. If I must be feared, then let them fear me fully.
Banished from the world of mortals and gods, Medusa fled to a desolate land, far beyond the edge of the known world, a place no sailor dared to reach, where even birds refused to fly. There, she lived alone. Not to destroy, not to hunt, but simply to be left in peace.
I never chased anyone. I never wanted vengeance. But if they came to kill the monster, I gave them the monster they feared.
Stories began to spread, of men turned to stone, of a monstrous woman with serpents for hair and a gaze that brought instant death. They didn't know her name. They didn't know her pain. But they remembered her curse and made her a legend of terror. Years later, a young warrior named Perseus was sent on a quest to kill the Gorgon, a task designed to be impossible. But the gods favored him. Athena, the same goddess who had cursed Medusa, offered him guidance. She gave him a polished shield to see without looking, a curved blade to strike without mercy, and winged sandals to escape without consequence.
Strike swiftly. Do not meet her eyes. Do not listen to her voice.
And so Perseus came, not to fight, but to ambush. He entered her cave while she slept, guided by her reflection in his shield. She never had a chance to speak. She never had a chance to wake.
Even in the end, they couldn't face me.
With a single strike, Perseus severed her head. From her blood, twin children were born, Pegasus, the winged horse, and Chrysaor, a warrior of gold, as if her death birthed new mythologies. But her head remained deadly. Perseus carried it back as a trophy and offered it to Athena, and the goddess who had once cursed Medusa now wore her face proudly. The severed head, once a symbol of shame, became a weapon of divine power, mounted on Athena's shield for all eternity.
You silenced me, and now parade my silence as your strength.
And so, the myth was sealed. Medusa, not the priestess, not the woman, not the victim, but the monster. They erased her story, and kept only the part they could use. But beneath the legend lies a truth far older than any hero's glory. She was not born evil. She was shaped by cruelty, silenced by power, and twisted by those who could not bear to face what they had done. If her story moved you, share it. Let the world hear the truth behind the legend, and maybe, finally, she won't be feared. She'll be heard.